Well, I'm joined now by Kamran Matin, a senior lecturer at the University of Sussex. He also specializes on Iran and international relations. It's good to have you with us. Abraham Raisi, he was seen as a possible successor to the 85-year-old supreme leader of Iran. With that in mind, what does his sudden death mean for the future at the very top of the country?
Yes, indeed. Actually, the fact that he was seen as a potential successor to Ayatollah Khamenei, along with Khamenei's own son, who many observers believed is the real kind of candidate for succeeding his father, has given rise to all sorts of speculation within Iranian community abroad and inside Iran, whether this was a sort of kind of quote-unquote inside job to get rid of a potential competitor so that Khamenei's son can accede to the throne of his father. But in terms of the impact of his death in the actual political structure of Iran, actually presidency has limited power. It's not comparable to other republican systems. The real power lies in the hands of the supreme leader, Ayatollah Khamenei, and also de facto power in the hands of IRGC, Revolutionary Guards, which has close relationship with Ayatollah Khamenei. So in some ways, you might say that this has simplified the succession with the removal of a potential candidate. But in any case, it is assembly of experts which has to select who succeeds the supreme leader. But the candidates in the members of that assembly themselves are selected by a body which is appointed by the supreme leader. So the whole thing is sort of engineered or can be engineered in advance.
Well, you say that the power equation inside the country may be simpler because of this tragedy. I'm wondering, what does it mean for foreign policy? We know that Iran is involved in Iraq, Syria, Lebanon, Yemen, and of course we know that it backs Hamas in Gaza. Will this tragedy, will the loss of the president, the foreign minister, will that change anything there?
Well, as it is well known, the person who has the last say on matters of national security as well as strategic foreign policy is the supreme leader. So in that sense, even if Raisi was not in line with supreme leader, I don't think he could actually make a huge change in that regards. But the fact is that Raisi was a protege of Ayatollah Khamenei. He was very obedient to him, which was one reason why, among many reasons why he was actually able to win the elections, because all the other potential candidates were disqualified by a body which is appointed by the supreme leader. So I don't think his demise actually impacts Iran's foreign policy and regional policy, and it will remain in the hands of IRGC and the supreme leader.
The relationship or the absence of a relationship with Israel, will that be impacted at all by this tragedy?
I doubt so. I mean, one of the many conspiracy theories which is circulating around is that Israel might have had some role in it, because Raisi was returning from a meeting with the president of Azerbaijan Republic, opening a dam between the two countries, and Azerbaijan has very close military and security relations with Israel, for which actually Iranian regime has in the past threatened the Republic of Azerbaijan. But of course, Israel has denied any involvement, and this remains only a kind of a theory. But in terms of the impact on Israeli-Iranian relationship, I think Iran will continue to support its so-called axis of resistance, what other people call its proxy forces against Israel, but it will avoid an all-out war with Israel and the United States. And there were reports of secret meeting between Iranian and American officials in Oman regarding the same matter. I think that line will be continued by whoever is replacing Raisi in Iran, and also by the IRGC and Supreme Leader.
Mr. Matin, we appreciate